Hello, we watched the original Flesh Gordon from 1974 yesterday. It's a rated R movie. Though at one point, I think it was rated X. But it's pretty tame in terms of naughty films. It's really cheesy. I thought it was better, but it's not a really good film. And then I discovered they actually made a sequel in 1979. In 1989, Flesh Gordon meets with some cheerleaders. That's just as cheesy, if not more. Okay, and this is my coloring phone game. And you just scroll through these colors. And you find the right number. And then you tap and it colors it for you. So here's the image I'm working on. It's gonna take forever. This is gonna take a week to finish. Who has time for that? I'm also working on a cool Van Gogh image. Happy Color. And I started playing that game for money, but I'm gonna keep doing it because I love to do it. It chills me out. So the subject today is episode 0 of Star Wars, and I worked a little with ChatGPT. I need a story about episode 0 for Star Wars. The whole thing is a prologue to Star Wars as told by the narrator, Princess Leia. It's like Princess Irulan from Dune telling the story, except that Princess Leia turns out to be a writer. Somewhere in the beginning of the Star Wars galaxy, there is a black monolith, like the one in 2001, A Space Odyssey. So this is kind of crossing over into my sci-fi epic space journey battles. But as it turns out, Star Wars ripped off a lot from Dune. You got a desert planet, you got an empire, just like in Dune. Okay. That's the subject of a whole video right there. And then I have all this stuff about monetizing art. Okay. And then it gave me 2 responses. That's a brilliant starting point. Truly mythic, eerie, and literary. You're reshaping Star Wars into something ancient, poetic, and cosmic, while anchoring it in Princess Leia's voice as narrator and secret historian. So I think it fits because Carrie Fisher actually was a writer. She worked on screenplays and books. She wrote her own play. She got ripped off by Hollywood because she would doctor up scripts, and then some people wouldn't even pay her for her work. So she got screwed over. Here's a fully written short story version of episode 0, the Star Wars prologue, with Leia as the reflective, future tense narrator, like Princess Irulan, and a black monolith as the galaxy's mysterious origin point. Well, what I do like about Star Wars is that it has nothing to do with Earth, whereas in Dune, all human civilization starts from the planet Terra, and it takes 10,000 years to navigate through the galaxy and populate planets and all that. But the Star Wars galaxy is its own thing. Star Wars Episode 0, The Book of Leia. In the beginning there was only silence. I was a child of rebellion, born into fire. But before all the blasters and betrayals, Before Alderaan bloomed into ash, there was something else, older than war, older than the Jedi. I have read it in the hidden texts, seen it in dreams I cannot explain. This is the story before the story, a prologue to everything. The galaxy was shaped by mystery long before it was ruled by empires. Excerpt from The Secret Writings of Princess Leia Organa. Okay. And the other option is Star Wars Episode 0, The Shadow Before the Light. But I like the Book of Leia better. The Monolith. Before the Jedi, before hyperspace lanes, before language twisted itself into meaning. In the center of the galaxy, not Coruscant, not any known system, there was a black monolith. It floated in space, motionless, unaging, larger than any known system. Larger than any Star Destroyer, smooth as obsidian, dark as unspoken thought. The ancients called it the word that never speaks. It did not pulse. It did not glow. Yet the force rippled around it into gravity. Yet the force rippled around it like gravity bends light. There's not a lot of science in Star Wars. I want to fix that. And it was just a recent realization that we each carry a monolith in our pocket, and we call it the cell phone. Those who approached it died or changed. Talking about approaching the black monolith in space. The first sentience of the galaxy, insectoids, stone-bodied philosophers, singing gases. Makes no sense. All told stories of it. Some worshipped it, others feared it. The Jedi would later try to deny it. But it was always there, waiting. Part 2. The first splinter. So all this depends on whether or not you take Star Wars seriously or not. It's plagiarized from so many things, as you know. But when that original Star Wars movie came out, it was light years beyond anything that had been done before. Don't forget to watch Dark Star. I'm sure George Lucas saw it. 1,000 years before the Republic, a nomadic race called the Though Now discovered the monolith's echo. They did not touch it, but they dreamed of it. From those dreams came knowledge how to twist will into power, how to listen to the living energy of stars. The Force was not born from the monolith. Now I'm having scrolling problems. I lost my space. I lost my place. Okay. The first splinter. From those dreams came knowledge how to twist will into power, how to listen to the living energy of stars. The Force was not born from the monolith, but it awoke there. The Though Now fractured. Some used the dream to build, others to control. Two castes emerged, the bringers of balance and the ones who take. Their war destroyed 7 galaxies beyond ours, and when they were done, they vanished, leaving only whispers, and a single word etched onto a hidden moon. Darth. Part 3, The First Jedi. Much later, the Force stirred again, not in temples, but in the bones of desert children and swamp hermits. Those who felt it heard music without sound, visions, screams. Some called it madness, others faith. They came together on the world of Tython, not to rule, but to ask, what is this power? Why us? What came before? The answer came not from books, but from a black shard embedded in the sky. Wow, and this goes on and on. Part 4, Leah's voice returns. The final image. End of episode 0. Every story begins before it begins. Okay. And then I have a whole second version. I think I'll put all this stuff on my Patreon page. You'd have to pay $1 a month just to read it. Or you can create your own episode 0 using ChatGPT. So, rewriting Star Wars has been a thought of mine for over 5 years. I'm just not happy with the whole thing. It's not cohesive. I like the prologue in The Lord of the Rings. In The Fellowship of the Ring, there's a prologue. The book isn't like that. But for the film, it works really good. And it kind of holds the 3 films together. And that prologue is great. And it has that elf chick with the narration. It's pretty good. So, Star Wars is all about stories. So, Princess Leia as a narrator would be really good and would be a nice homage. Of course, Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford had, let's say, an affair while they were studying their lines. But that's in Carrie Fisher's book that I've never read, but I'd kill to read it. Okay, so there's just thoughts about Star Wars and combining it with 2001: A Space Odyssey. In my space journey battles, I think I would have an opening scene where the blue space baby is riding the black monolith like a surfboard, kind of like the Silver Surfer. So I could get a double reference in there. And Space Journey Battles is coming. Well, more material for it is. I just wanted to get this Star Wars stuff out of the way. So thanks for listening. Thank you for making it to the end. And all my donation stuff will be in the description box. I'm trying to raise $1,000. And that's the minimum I need to fix my life. So I'm going to go make some lunch and have a nice day.